Hello, welcome to the L Zone podcast with me, Latricia Love. I wanted to bring up this topic about how to not lose yourself in a connection. I've been married all about a minute, pretty much like 2.5 years, 3 years, or whatever together. But as I reflected about my past relationships and my first marriage, I really did lose myself. And when I found myself again, I ended up with somebody else, and I just wanted to bring you the steps that help me maintain my individuality in the connection that I'm in. And I know it's one of those things that people may not even think about sometimes. I don't know. I just know I've never had the conversation with women or even guys about losing their identity in a connection. You hear about it after something traumatic happens or a divorce and things like that. So I just wanted to touch on this topic and see what you all think. Give me the feedback, hit me up, email, YouTube, put a comment under there. So my first thing I did was make sure I have alone time. Make sure I have me time, and that can be 30 minutes. It can be an hour or half the day or just something, go for a drive. But just make sure I have the space to just not worry about other people's feelings, being a mom, being a wife, just kind of zone in on me for, a quick moment before I have to come back and be part of the routine again. But just make sure that I have some type of, I like to call it my meditation in the morning. I do mine mostly in the morning. So just meditating, clearing my mind, things like that. But I have me time. You can go to a movie, you can go out to a bar, get your drink, whatever. But that's my that was my way of making sure no matter what connection I was going to be in or whatever before this, marriage, whatever, I made sure I was going to have me time. So another thing was keeping up with my self-care. That kind of was one of those things I had to grow into because I had no self-care routine at all. Even though I had me time, I wasn't going to get my nails done all the time. I do my own hair, so me going to a salon, that's maybe once a year or every other year. It just depends because I'm natural and I don't really trust a lot of people with my hair. But with nails, that's a weird one because I'm not into nails or going to get my face done and stuff like that. But I had to figure out, okay, what is self-care? Is that me going to pay for a massage for 30 minutes or an hour? Me going to Walk Creek Court Lake, things like that. Me doing my feet. I love a good pedicure. So that's one of my things that I like to do. But I also like hobbies for taking pictures, just learning how to be more on the photographer eye side, honing in that thing. So just finding something that you really like to do, staying true to developing your gifts. That was another way I kind of fell and explore me more. And what came out of it was books, more product ideas, things like that. So I really recommend finding a hobby that may grow a gift one day, or just exploring you. So, and then another thing that I did was I stayed true to my core no matter who or what the connection was. If I have a voice about topics, we can say politics for one, of course. People are divided sometimes, or they want to minimize their views in front of people, things like that. I didn't. I know my core, and I stay true to that core regardless. Now, do I have an open mind sometimes? Yes, I do. But my main core, I stay true to. So I don't lose my identity in my marriage because he has his own core value of how he sees things, concepts and stuff like that, and I do too. But when we talk, we don't come off as, oh yeah, you're right, and whatever you say type deal. I still have my own individuality. Believe me, it comes in handy for when we talk about topics and just bouncing off things on each other that we may not have thought about or anything, but we don't feel like the other person's forcing their identity on the other person. So that was just a few things that I made sure not to lose my identity again in a connection, or, and you have to know yourself. That's a big thing. You have to take the time to be by yourself, to learn you, build up whatever boundaries you're going to have coming out here, whatever foundations and standards and things like that. So those were my main steps, if you want to call them steps. But that's how I navigated not losing myself. I'm still learning. Again, my core values aren't going anywhere. So I'm stubborn on some things. I'm just like, nope, I hear what you're saying, but no, I'm good with how I think about that particular thing. But I don't lose myself. He is his own individual person. I am my own individual person. And we build our world that we choose to build together. But we still are, true to our own worlds in some form or fashion. But finding a balance is really key to, not losing yourself in a connection like that. So give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. And have a good night.